What's up, guys? This is Rich with Wolverine Airsoft, and today we're going to sit down and take a look at some of the really cool features of the highly anticipated MTW-308. Tons of cool stuff in this. We've been working on it for quite a while and are really excited to get this in your guys' hands. I mean, look at it. Turned out beautiful. Super pleased with this project. So be sure to stick around and see all the cool stuff that's inside. Now, obviously, if we're going to talk about an MTW-308, we're going to probably start with the receiver set because that's what makes it a 308, is the 308 receiver set. Now, for reference, we've got a standard M4 receiver set and a 308 receiver set here. You can see how much larger it is, all the correct dimensions for a 308 receiver. Externally, you can see it has the standard dust cover, very similar to the Billet Gen 3, but a 308 spec dust cover. Have your bolt-on brass deflector, and then the stationary charging handle, again, very nicely blended, upper and lower receiver. Tons of real steel parts compatibility. Now, this is one of the things we mean when we talk about it being an MTW-Spec receiver set. Obviously, it's different dimensions than a standard M4 receiver, as we just showed you. So what makes it MTW-Spec? That is all the interfaces that we were just talking about. So it uses the same air stocks as the M4 version of the MTW. It uses the same hop-up and inner barrel assembly, same outer barrel assembly, and of course, as you expect on all of our MTWs, comes with the award-winning Gen 2 Inferno inside. It's powered by the Spartan version of our MTW electronics, and while we don't have empty mag capable mags yet, the electronics, because they're the standard electronics from the M4 version, are capable of empty mag detection, and we are working on developing a mag for the future. In the meantime, it will ship with one of these PTS LR mags. It works with standard A&K or classic Army spec 308 mags, the ones with the feed tube in the front, not the G&G ones with the feed tube in the middle. What may not look familiar to you guys that are familiar with the MTW platform is this guy at the back. This is what we call our fixed rear airline connector, or Frack for short. This is really nice because it gives you a fixed place to attach your airline. It makes it much easier to connect the airline with one hand. And instead of having a fixed connector at the bottom on the grip, where it's like, especially with a DMR, you want to get down low and be able to go prone and such, that extended air hard fitting can really get in the way, or you can get dirt in it or such. Here, it will run nicely underneath your arm there with the airline, and everything fits really well. One of the other things with the MTW platform is you have toolless disassembly. So how does that work with the Frack here? If we pop our pins, there's a little button right on this side. If we push that button, it releases the airline and the whole thing separates. Now, you can do any of your standard maintenance just like you would on a Billet Gen 3. You see it has CNC feed tube. It's a little different geometry because, again, this is a mil-spec receiver, so the distance from the bottom surface here to the center line of the bore is a little different, so we need a different feed tube. But again, all the internals in here are exactly the same. Those of you that are familiar with the MTW platform, all of this will look very familiar, as will the electronics in the lower. To reassemble, I'm just gonna run our airline back through, pop our pins, and there you go. So you maintain your toolless disassembly and have a nice fixed hard airline point there. Now for launch, we're going to be launching the 308 in the tactical trim. It's going to come looking just like you see it here. Crane stock on the back, has the DLG grip, 13-inch CNC aluminum Invictus manufacturing Mark I rail, and then a 14.5-inch outer barrel with an included 1.5-inch barrel extension so that you can run it either as 14.5 or 16 depending on your preference. You know, some rule sets require 16 for a DMR platform like this. And this is really the first ever out-of-the-box dedicated HPA DMR platform, and we are super excited to bring it to you guys. One other feature along those lines that we will mention is that it comes with a 2-position ambidextrous selector switch. So you see here, it will not go into select fire. Select fire isn't even labeled on the side of the receiver. If you're running a rule set where you want to play full auto or whatever, you can exchange this 2-position selector for one of our standard MTW 3-position selectors, and that will get you the select fire capability of the electronics. So guys, that about wraps it up. There are lots of more details I could go over. I'm sure somebody will do some really in-depth videos on all this once it gets out there, but thrilled with this platform. It looks beautiful, feels amazing. All the correct dimensions, like all MTWs. Those of you that are familiar with it know, just no comparison, nothing else out there in terms of this type of build quality and durability. And we know you guys have been asking for 308 for a really long time, so can't wait to get it in everybody's hands and get some feedback from you all. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you guys out on the field.